Alright, Scorpio. Do y'all ever have normal readings? No, you wouldn't be Scorpio if you had normal readings. First of all week, 50% off, eldernerprofit.com. If you so choose, there are, cheapos. Okay, let's break this down. Something could have, there could have been some sort of, situation that sort of blew up out of nowhere. It could have been with somebody that you were talking to. It could also be, I don't know, June could be significant, but if not that, somebody could have done some sort of magic to make this happen. That's for some of you. And then also, somebody might have done some spell work to make something blow up. And it feels like somebody could have decided to invest into somebody else. So it's like if you were talking to somebody, they could have just all of a sudden went another direction and started, um, like, talking with, it doesn't have to be an enemy, but it's just somebody that was competing with you or some kind of, somebody that put you in some sort of competition. Yeah, I mean, June and then also August are showing up in this time frame. So, I don't know, it could also be that there was, it could also be like somebody was just plotting and scheming, like there was some sort of enemy in the background, or you would know who this is, like take it as it resonates, but there's somebody that decided to make an enemy out of you, maybe because, I don't know, however, whichever side of this you're on, maybe you're the Scorpio that was doing this, I don't know. Um, I feel like, let's see. Yeah, somebody could have wanted to, like, build something, like, stable with you and had some kind of, it's like if it's not somebody got in between you, it could also be that you had too many differences with this person and you butted heads. I don't know. For a lot of you, I think it was somebody maybe got in between you, but because right now it feels like something is going on where, like, either you, I can't tell if this is like you or somebody else, but it feels like right now there's like a feminine energy. It could be that she's at a crossroads, but for some of you, it could be that she's getting blocked and released, um, maybe after, like, somebody might have just decided that, like, this was, like, too much to deal with. Um, and it could be that there is also, it, it's like, if it's not that, it could just be that, like, there's some kind of stressful situation she doesn't see coming, or she might, be trying to figure out what path she wants to take, maybe the path of least resistance. It could also just be a hard time in general for her. I mean, it seems like there's, if it's like two choices, it could be in partnerships. There could be, um, a new person coming that is emotionally stable, and then it could also be that somebody else is coming back, potentially, in like a very lustful energy. It could also just be like a Capricorn that is like the other person, but or Capricorn season could also be significant if like you were talking to somebody back then. But I want to say up ahead, whoever this is needs to be careful. So if this is like, let's say this is like a woman that got between the two of you, I just feel like it's like whether it's a woman that got between the two of you or you having to make a decision. Alright, let's figure this out together, shall we? If it's a woman that got between the two of you, she could be getting left out in the dust. But also, what I'm seeing is that if it's like somebody that you're like trying to decide between, or if you're trying to decide, like if you're going to, I don't know if you're like thinking about going back with somebody or if it's like two different people, but you need to be very careful just because there's some very like deceptive energy. Like this could be somebody that like plays the field and may like relationship hop or something. Like you might, I don't want to say you're gonna break your own heart. It's, I don't know. I feel like there could be, it's hard to tell if there's like a deceptive woman. It feels like maybe if this is like a man, he could be used to like dealing with like more deceptive women or like women who are also like, I don't know, there's some kind of like scheming energy going on. And I feel like there's definitely somebody that could be like just not somebody that you would want to take seriously. Like if you like you're not gonna want to get too emotionally invested in somebody. Like if this is your energy right now where you're like doing you, sitting on your throne or whatever, you maybe want to keep that energy, but it's like if it's somebody else, it could be some sort of karmic retribution returning to somebody that was, again, maybe like doing magic to come between you and somebody else, or somebody who like was behind the scenes like kind of plotting and scheming to break up some sort of foundation that was being built, even if like it was just through like basic manipulation. But like again, and like I shuffled these cards in a way where I was like, alright, I'll take reversals. None of them are reversed, but even like the ones off camera are not reversed, but like there is like a lot of shiesty energy. Like even like the Five of Pentacles up ahead is like, I don't know, it's just like somebody just might decide, like for instance, if one thing I'm seeing is like if somebody like left you for some other woman, they're about to leave that woman too, possibly for like a third woman or something. Like this is like, and then I wish I had like a cooler reading for you. Like I wish there was some sort of like conclusive energy here. It does also just feel like somebody could also be getting some sort of good karma. Maybe closer to January, things could change. It feels like, especially if there's some kind of cycle that needs to complete that started maybe back in August, and then like January feels like when it's going to potentially run its course. And then there's something about like things balancing out after that. Um, it could even be that like if there is some other woman that got between you and somebody, she could be like actively still doing stuff to block and like keep you apart from each other. But again, it's like somebody gets like run out or left out, and let's see, let me just ask while we're, I mean, there's definitely like there's definitely like a young masculine energy at the bottom of the deck who is like off to the races as far as like making stuff happen, but also maybe like potentially cutting somebody off that they were maybe dealing with in July. Or maybe somebody with cancer in their chart, possibly. Hold on, what else does Scorpio need to know? What's gonna happen for Scorpio? Give me a card. Something could be coming up really soon. I was gonna say, yeah, like in December, and also just like to have patience. If it's not December, it could just be there's some kind of healing that's gonna happen and take place, and also something about Sagittarius season. Just something is going to be coming into balance. Let me see. Uh, who is getting left out ultimately? Is this who is this person that gets left behind in the end? I don't know. It's like if somebody's moving on from somebody, you'll know because you'll know who you are in this scenario. If you got left behind already, if you're not in the picture and there's somebody else that like kind of took over, or if you left somebody for another person, you know, it's like you're gonna leave that person. Probably, maybe. You have to figure out which part of this you're on. And then also, if you're the person that somebody left somebody else for, you need to be careful. Like, this is not somebody that is going to necessarily stick around. I wish I had better news, Scorp, but you always, you know how you are. You're very intense. You're very intense. You have very intense, weird, mysterious lives, and your readings are always weird and intense and mysterious. But ultimately there was some kind of shattering of somebody's plans, and somebody or something got in the way, and it could be somebody that like already knew this person before, and they were like, oh no, I'm gonna like hold on to this person. Yeah, and I just feel like there's some kind of like cycle that just needs to complete, and I feel like stuff could start changing in the next month, and then definitely by the time January comes, I feel like there's just going to be like a totally different vibe, and I don't think it's going to be like between the same people that are maybe either together right now or in cahoots or in the same circle. There's maybe some kind of partnership changing or breaking, and also like just in general, just be careful with this person, because this is like somebody that is like not able to keep it in his pants or something, and also just not emotionally invested. I mean, and it could also just be like, if magic was involved, if somebody did do spell work to keep this person, like that only lasts for so long. You have to keep doing it forever if you get somebody like that. So like they just end up like, like wandering off again, like it's like you have to keep like retightening the leash over and over again. That's like an exhausting, expensive process that some people do just have like the tenacity to keep doing forever. So, I mean, if that is you, Scorpio, that is a very Scorpio um thing that could be true. But either way, whoever you are in this story, I think you'll be fine. Especially by January, there's some kind of new, fresh energy coming. I hope I don't know. I don't know that I hope that resonated, but if it did, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. You can tip or donate. You can get a half off reading, or you can do none of those things. I don't mind either way. But until next time, good luck, Scorpio.